Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Shonen and Chill, hosted by Zenrotto and ASARATHA.
It seems we got something wrong about Chainsaw Man last week.
I noticed
Every
that.
single person let us know. I don't know
It's
if you
funny
noticed.
because, there's that one guy who's like going around, and all of his comments are like, "I hate these guys. They don't know what they're doing," and it's like,
Yeah, I saw that
why?
guy.
Why
I was like,
comment
okay,
that?
okay.
Not because don't be mean, but because it's only beneficial to us if you comment that. I don't know if I'm like pulling the veil back or anything, like if I'm leaking the secrets. But if you outrage comment, that just helps us with the algorithm.
No,
It's beneficial
it's
to
just
us.
yeah, it's true. Um, yeah, I guess that's my bad. I don't remember if I said it or if it was you or if it was both of us
It was
because
both.
I don't
I
remember what happened
definitely
last
was like,
week.
Aren't this the same guy?" And then the other one's
I
like, "No, idiot. Katana and sword is different." And I'm like, "Okay,
yeah.
fine."
I have only read Chainsaw Man once, and it was 3 years ago, so it just slipped my mind. I just didn't think about
Yeah,
it.
I don't remember all of the little devils from Makima's chain gang. I just assumed it was the one that we already knew.
Yeah, makes sense though.
All right. We have some news. Apparently, we did get some info also from the viewers. This is positive viewer interaction now. About sales. Apparently, Martial Master is doing terrible,
Uh,
which is unfortunate.
I can't keep getting away with this.
Yeah, apparently Martial Master is in the shitter. Um, Not great, not great news, not what I wanted to hear. Um,
Uh,
Nue is doing well, Kill Blue is doing well. Um, yeah, Martial Master isn't. Gil, to my understanding, isn't, which is the one that we were right about. Um, it's too early for some of the
well,
others. Um,
I could be misremembering. I don't remember what I said last week, let alone like 2 weeks ago. I don't think we ever specifically said that Martial Master would do well, did we? I don't remember.
we
I just
never
thought
said
we
it
said
would
that
do
we liked
well,
it.
but we hoped that it would do well as well
Yeah,
financially as it was doing narratively, which it doesn't seem
yeah,
to be doing.
yeah.
Which is unfortunate.
Once again, there wasn't enough Coomer bait.
Yeah, right. I'm saying just have him learn how to start wrestling by accidentally groping someone a bunch of times in chapter one, and then we'll be good from that point forward, man. It's fine.
Yeah, it'd be fire.
That's all we need.
Uh, I'm sad. Oh well, let's just start, man. I can't do this again.
All right. What's the top three for you?
Oh
Oh, before
shit.
people ask, people are gonna ask, where's Chainsaw Man? We're not talking about Chainsaw Man because we're recording this on a Tuesday, but Chainsaw Man came out this morning and I haven't read it yet because I was at work. So Chainsaw Man will be in the next episode.
Oh, did it come out today?
It comes out Tuesday morning, every Tuesday morning.
Damn, that's crazy. Yeah, I'm not reading right now.
Yeah,
So
see, he didn't read it either. So Chainsaw Man in the next episode.
I I don't wake up every morning and go, "Oh boy, I'm gonna check the Shonen Jump app and see what came out today."
See if Santa dropped me another Chainsaw Man chapter today.
I only think of it. I only think of Weekly Shonen Jump every Sunday when I have to read it for the episode. That's really it.
Yeah, when I have a gun to your head.
Yeah. I don't know my top three. I forgot. Shit. Let's just go Martial Master, Mamayuyu, Kagurabachi, I guess.
Okay. I think mine's tough because I liked a lot of them and then I didn't like a bunch of them. I think probably number three, I guess Blue Box. Number two, I'll say Kagurabachi. Number one, I think Undead Unluck.
You see, there was that one commenter who said that people like me are the reason why all these new series get axed. You ever notice how my top three is always new series, and Zenrotto's top three always those geriatric, you know, those old heads.
The old head Kagurabachi and Blue Box.
hmm
Yeah, I know, I get it.
Supporting
I get it.
supporting the Weekly Shonen Jump liberal
Yeah,
elite,
I'm
dude.
supporting the capitalist elite while you're out
Yeah,
here with the indie authors.
yeah.
All right. Well, we got that. I already forgot some of yours, so if I try to go to it too soon,
Oh shit,
remind
I
me.
forgot mine. It's fine. Don't worry.
Uh, So first up, it looks like we have Mission Yozakura Family.
Uh,
I thought
it
it
was
was
a
okay.
solid chapter. Yeah, it
I
didn't
thought
blow
it was
my
okay.
socks off or anything, but it was fine.
Well, yeah, but I mean, by the standards of the shit we've been dealing with ever since the kids took
Yeah,
over,
yeah,
I thought it
yeah,
was pretty good.
yeah. I like Tayo, man. He's a good dude.
Yeah, he is. I liked the logic behind the wedding, like whether because it's multi-layered, it's not just like bad guy being creepy or something. There's
Hmm.
multiple levels to it, which I thought was
Hmm.
cool. I liked the little bit where they all snapped and they were like, "We're
Yeah,
just gonna fight anyway." I liked that.
yeah. I like Tayo imparting the lesson of like, well, we're gonna save everyone in this wedding to his kids. He's
Hmm.
cool. He's a cool dude.
Yeah, I like Tayo. It kind of made me sad when people were like, "Tayo got replaced because he's the shittiest MC Jump's ever had." I'm like, dude, I
That's
kind of like him.
slander. I don't think he's the best, but like he's
But
cool.
he's fine. He's not like
Yeah,
he's pretty solid. Yeah, I kind of miss him, mostly because I tire of the children, but still, I kind of miss him.
yeah. I'm glad to have him back.
Yeah, it was it was solid. I enjoyed it. There's not a whole lot to talk about. Um,
Yeah.
it's pretty much just
Well,
like the backstory of it, which, like I said, is it's nice that it's multi-layered, but it's not like incredible or anything.
yeah.
Um, I liked the little bit where they all snap on him and decide that they're just gonna beat him up anyway was cool. And then I liked Tayo kind of being like this, we gotta like not have this happen. Like
Mhm,
I know this is gonna happen because it's them, and so we're gonna
mhm.
preemptively stop them and save everything. I thought that was cool. But all in
Yeah,
all, not that much to talk about.
yeah. Good chapter. That wasn't bad at all.
Yeah, solid. Next up is Kill Blue.
Allegation Watch.
Yeah, once again, I feel like we're always on the cusp of Allegation Watch right here. Um,
Honestly, at this point, I just find it funny.
Yeah, just the sheer amount of times that we're on Allegation Watch is astonishing. Um,
Like I'm just
I
having
do
fun
think
with it
it's
at this point.
funny that they kind of flipped it on its head though, because
Yeah.
the whole series up to this point has been like, uh-oh, here's some random person here to create some weirdly specific challenge to take this girl away. And now it's the other
Yeah.
way around, and it's the girl issuing the weirdly
Yeah.
specific challenge to the suitor that does not want her. Um,
Yeah. I saw someone. I saw a couple people were like, "Oh my god, look at her capabilities. Is she also a shrunken assassin?" And I was like, I don't think so.
I
I don't think that. I
I
think that
hope
would be a
not.
little silly.
Yeah, it would be a little silly. Then again, you say that, but her dad does own the company where the bee came from.
Mm, I
Maybe the
mean,
dad
she can
thing is
have.
a fake.
No, it's fine. She'll have just like some magic superpower juice, but she won't be an assassin though.
Well, yeah, my assumption is just that like, oh, she's the elite daughter who is really good because every Japanese thing has like
Yeah.
the elite student who's like gets all the best grades and he's super
Yeah.
athletic and all this stuff. That was my assumption for her, but
Yeah, I didn't really think anything massive about it or anything like that.
yeah, me either. It just looked kind of tropey to me, but maybe it's not a theory I'm dismissing outright. It could be possible. It could happen.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
I don't really have much to say about this chapter either. It was fine.
Yeah, it was solid. It was cute at parts, and then Allegation Watch at other parts. Um,
Yeah.
it's fine. All right, next up is Nue's Exorcist.
um. Wait. Let me remember what happened in this chapter. Hang on. Give me a sec.
The dude got mopped and then became good
Fuck.
also.
Where are my notes? Fuck. Oh, they're there. It was fine. Honestly, I appreciated the info dumping because I have been so uninterested in the entire world that the series takes place in. So,
Oh, yeah, so it was
uh,
nice for them to just skip the
yeah,
pretense and just say it.
I think the exposition was appreciated because now like I know a little bit about the world and maybe I care about it a little bit more. Um, we've always been kind of under the impression that there is more to Niue, the character, not the series, more than meets the eye.
Hmm.
But it's interesting to find out that she is one of many that end up producing the spirits that are supposedly the at least one of like the passive antagonist forces of the series.
Right. The Hyo or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um, I also some of the jokes in this chapter were okay. I thought it was funny when she was like, "I'm expecting big things out of you," and then she corrects herself to just like things.
yeah,
Like actually, I'm not too interested, not too impressed. I
Yeah,
thought that was
yeah, it
funny, but
was.
and yeah, the lore dumping was fine. Um, I don't know.
I thought it was a fine chapter.
It's fine. Yeah, for Nue, like this was pretty good by Nue
Yeah,
standards.
yeah. I've already told you once, but we have New A's fans in the Discord.
Yeah, you
They're
told me
everywhere.
we've been tainted.
They're they're multiplying. They're undergoing
Spreading like a
mitosis.
disease.
Yeah. For reference, before people get upset with us, it's a joke. We don't care that you
It's a
like New
joke.
A's.
Yeah,
Okay,
you
it's
like
fine.
whatever. I don't even like.
It's fine.
I meme on Nue, but I don't hate it. I just don't like it.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
it's just
Like
it's
every
just funny to
series,
me.
once the episode ends, I don't think about it again.
Yeah,
So
once we're done, we're done.
the second Zen and I like hang up the Discord call, my brain gets wiped of any and all things we discussed.
Just zeroes out like you're restarting a computer.
Yeah. It's just
Um,
funny. It's just funny how there's already people who have New Way branded profiles in the
Nue
Discord.
brain. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Hey, you know what, man? If
I'm
anything,
glad you guys are having fun.
if anything, that's a safe bet to brand around because it's actually doing
True.
well.
Yeah. Well, it's not going anywhere probably until its unceremonious end around chapter 150.
Yeah, it just suddenly stops. All right, next up we have Martial Master Asumi.
It really shows my memory. I have to get my notes out because like I barely remember what happened. Um.
I thought it was
Oh
pretty
yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah. No. This chapter was good. I thought
Yeah,
the fight was really cool.
I like when they like kind of do the cerebral like what's going on in the fighters' heads kind of scenes. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, yeah. There was some interesting shade thrown towards the ref, if I recall. I don't remember if I let me comb through the chapter again. I think it had
The I
something to
don't
do about
trust the
like
referee guy one.
yeah, something about like not trusting the referee. I don't remember if there are any specifics around it, but that might pop up next chapter. Um,
Oh, maybe because he says that the ref's not stepping in soon enough, and
yeah,
so like
yeah,
because he's got him by the neck, he might like not step in to stop it or anything.
yeah. So
I
I'm
can see that.
wondering what direction that might head to. That might be cool. Um, very unfortunate that the series is doing very poorly.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate. We're at chapter 16 already, so we have bypassed like the initial wave of when you get killed because you get killed like
Yeah.
12 to 14ish range if you're doing like that bad.
Mhm.
Um, but it doesn't seem like it's doing well enough
I
to
can
carry
see
things
Asumi
further.
making it to like the. I can see Asumi doing what Fabricant did and making it
Like
to
the
the 30s, and
30s,
then
like kind of
yeah,
floundering until the 30s, and then
yeah,
hopefully it picks up. I don't know. It's weird because like I don't think the action is bad or anything. Maybe people really do just have magical sword brain rot right now. They just can't engage in anything else. I don't know because it's action based. I don't think it's bad. I don't know.
maybe Volume 2 will go crazy. Who knows? Now that there's like an
I
actual fight going on.
yeah. Now that we're fighting thing, I don't know, man. I don't know. I hope
I
so.
mean,
I
I
don't want
like
to see
this
it get
series a
canceled,
lot.
but
I like the series a lot. I like the relationship complexity, like the familial relationship stuff. I like the relationship between Nito and I can't remember her name right now, but yeah, she's cool. Uh, I think the action has been pretty good. I think like the series is just solid, man.
yeah, I always have a good time reading it. I always look forward to it, which means it's probably gonna get killed because I can't have things that I like. Um,
Yeah.
but it was a good chapter. It was a good, I really like the idea
Yeah.
that like he's got a really good like natural combat. It's a little cliche, but I like it. I like
Yeah.
whenever the main character can like hyper analyze fighting. It's just fun to me. I don't know why.
Yeah. I'm still thinking that this fight will barely end by like the end of round 3, and then I think the third fight is the one he'll lose.
Yeah, I could see that. I don't think
I'm
he'll
still
lose to
pretty
this
sold
guy,
on it.
but the
No,
only
he
way I could
shouldn't.
see
Fuck
him
this guy.
losing to this guy is if that thing you said about the ref comes up, where the he's like the dude's like dying and the ref won't step in and he has to like back down so as not to hurt him
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
surrender the round or something. I could see that happening, but I do think he'll get to the finals for
Maybe.
this also.
I think honestly, if that is how he goes out, though, I think that would be an interesting way for it to end. So that'd be interesting.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I agree that if he goes out by like
I don't want to
surrendering
kill
to
this
help
guy.
the other person, yeah, that would be interesting and good too because like I like that the series still kind of is reaffirming that like you shouldn't really be doing this. It's like
Yeah,
it's not really like, it shouldn't be celebrated that you're here at this
yeah,
underground arena fighting.
yeah. Coming to an underground arena fight and then killing yourself in the fight is silly.
Yeah, for sure. I'm a fan. All right. Next up, we've got Akane Banashi, which sure did happen this week.
Um,
Had a really good cover page. Really like that cover page.
I have one note about this chapter. Would you like to know what it is?
I would love to.
It's just in quotes, cooler gambler than Hikari.
Yeah, I kind of like his gimmick where like he
Yeah.
just kind of gambles on what story to pick. Um, it's a funny way to do a character like this.
Hmm.
I I really just can't get into like when they start showing off their skills and we're supposed to be like, whoa. And Akane's like, oh my God. And I'm like, dude, I don't have any idea what the hell like I'm supposed to be getting out of this. Um,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. He is cool. He is a cooler gambler than Hikari. I'll say that.
I do like that one. When I wrote that one down, I was like,
Yeah,
oh man,
that's,
Zen's gonna find that one quite humorous.
I've done it. I've made a great joke for the future episode. Yeah, no, it was fine. I struggle to get into when it wants me to be excited. I like Akane Banashi when it's doing like character stuff, and whenever it wants me to be like impressed with someone, I'm just like, this is exactly the same as every other Rakugo scene in this entire series.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's no surprise that I'm just not really grabbed by anything that happens. So
Yeah, did
I
not
just
move me.
I thought of the one liner, and that was about it.
All right. You put Mamayuyu in your top, so we're not doing that one. Next up is Sakamoto Days.
Dude, just incredible paneling in action.
I know, it's so good. At some point, I keep thinking to myself, like, one, he's gotta fumble eventually, right? Like he's gotta fuck it up at some point. And two, I keep thinking, like, when is that not going to be enough? Like, when am I going to be bored with the
Yeah,
spectacle? And apparently the answer is never, because every
yeah,
time a
dude.
chapter
The
drops, I'm like, God damn.
that ending scene with them aiming at each other as the train passes. Holy
Uh-huh.
shit, that's such a cool page.
It's so fucking
Such a
good.
cool spread, dude. And the bullets through the windows, dude. Oh,
But yeah, shooting through the office building and nobody's noticing.
yeah,
It's fucking
yeah.
cool. The
Or
the
like
spread. Well, I guess it's not really. It's kind of a spread. It's the double pager where he curves his own bullet.
yeah, I
And
was
like,
just about to say that. Yeah,
oh, dude, it's so good.
it's so fucking cool. Also, there is clearly a reveal coming for Kamihate's identity, and I hope he's really
Yes.
just a bundle of sniper rifles in a trench coat.
the the cloak comes off and it's just a bunch of sniper
Just,
rifles in the shape of a
just
human.
yeah, yeah, just a bunch of sniper rifles. That's all I need in my life, really.
Yeah, I am a little like, oh, the cloak's coming off. That's unfortunate.
I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna trust Sakamoto Days, I guess, to cook.
Yeah, I mean, I have a feeling that the character is just gonna be someone we don't know, and they're just gonna be like, it's this guy,
Yeah,
you know.
and we're gonna be like, who? And then and he's gonna be like, holy shit, it's this
It's the famous sniper from my sniper class or something. I don't know. Yeah, I
guy.
don't. I don't know. We'll see. It's a thing. But man, the action once again unstoppable. Sakamoto Days
Yeah,
is too good at this.
it was very good. I had fun. I always have fun reading Sakamoto.
Yeah, it's just crazy how it always hits. Like every time I see a
Yeah,
Sakamoto fight scene, I'm like, oh yeah, that shit was amazing. I'm never like, oh that was
yeah.
boring or lame or something.
I'm sure like the most Sakamoto Days will ever fumble is like I'll be like, eh, it's fine. Maybe the action didn't like grip me totally, but it was alright.
Yeah, I mean it's I don't know. It's just hard for me to find fault with Sakamoto because it knows what it wants to be and it's being that
Yeah,
perfectly. You know,
yeah. I
I'm all
mean,
about it.
when you're doing a weekly serialization, I'm sure at some point there will be one like misstep for the action where it's not as gripping as the rest, but I'll live. I'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure eventually I'm sure if I looked it up, I could find fights that I was not that impressed with. But the fact that I
Hmm.
can't think of any off the top of my head is good enough for me.
Hmm.
All right, we got Two on Ice next.
Uh, I- so my first thought when I saw like another time skip, I felt like it was directly touching on something that we've spoken about before. I guess you've primarily spoken about before about how a lot of people who read this magazine don't really care about like the logistics of figure skating or Rakugo, or like they might just be uneducated about it. And I'm under the impression that Two on Ice is trying to find that perfect middle ground of focusing on the sport that they're talking about while also progressing a plot.
Hmm.
And I think that, skipping over all this can have its pros or cons, and I guess it depends on what comes after. Um, I like this chapter more than the second one. I thought it was fine. I like the stuff about the guy wanting her to be able to use her full potential, and he's afraid of holding her back.
Yeah, that was good. Again, character stuff in this is usually pretty good. The past few chapters have been good on that front.
Hmm.
Um, I'm a little sussed out by the fact that I'm getting Gojo on Christmas vibes from the fact that we just found out about this recital and we're already
uh,
here. Um, but it's like you said, yeah, like that. I don't think people give a shit
uh-huh,
about figure skating. I don't
uh-huh.
think anyone picked this manga up and was like, oh shit, yeah, the figure skating manga. I'm so excited for that. So like, I guess at some point you just have to stop talking about that because you know that your audience doesn't care, right?
Yeah,
And I don't mean to be like dismissive of figure skaters or whatever. I'm sure there's got to be at least one person that likes figure skating that watches the show. I don't mean
yeah,
that in
and
like a figure
you're
skating is
fucked.
stupid. Fuck you, idiot. I don't mean in like a figure skating is stupid kind of way. I just mean in that you know that to the wider audience of people buying Weekly
Hmm.
Shonen Jump, they could
Hmm.
not care any less about it
Hmm.
as a subject. And so you have to kind of figure about like Akane Banashi seems to have done it, right? Like I mean, Rakugo's obviously a bigger thing in Japan than it is over here, but I can't imagine that a ton of like kids
Hmm.
reading the kid comic book are like, yes, the nuance of old people doing stage plays, and they
Hmm.
seem to have figured it out over there. So hopefully this is similar. Um, I liked the little bit of like where they were talking about how the fact that we're skating side by side, we're not competing with one another. Like we
Yeah.
need to not treat this like you're trying to get on my level necessarily. Like we need to do it as a team to make it happen.
Hmm.
And then him kind of internalizing that and then turning it around to like I know that we're not competing with one another, but I don't want to be the
Yeah,
reason that you can't be yourself either was
yeah.
nice.
I thought it was nice. I thought it was cool.
Yeah. And we'll see how the recital goes. I feel like it's a little early for that. I don't know. We'll see. I don't have high hopes for this thing to last for ages. Um,
Yeah,
but we'll see. That's all I can say about it. We'll see.
yeah. Let it. It's kind of just one big. We'll let it cook.
Yep. Yep. All right. Here we go. Jujutsu Kaisen is next.
I always find it funny. I found it funny when My Hero Academia does this too. When you introduce like a long list of just things,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
the,
That
you're
that
talking about
never
giving
existed.
Sukuna the fake stats, like
Yes, giving Sukuna the fake stats. Like you introduce this long list of things that didn't exist like 15 seconds ago,
yeah, that literally
and
did not exist before this chapter, and you're like Sukuna beat them all,
yeah,
baby.
and I'm supposed to be like, oh shit, no way, for real? And
Yeah,
I don't.
whoa. He annihilated the Sun, Moon, and the Stars squad, along with the five
Yeah,
empty generals that served the
yeah.
northern Fujiwara clan. And I know for a fact that someone's gonna go, but he set up the Fujiwara clan back when Yuta fought the bitch that could bend the
No, yeah,
sky. And my answer
I
to you
remember
is
that.
shut up. No, he did not. He mentioned it by name
I
as a
yeah,
thing
I
that
remember.
existed.
I remember that. Doesn't mean this is cool. Like I
No.
don't care.
Yeah, and then it's like, oh, he used the Supreme Curse tools, known as the Supreme Martial Solution and Hiten, which I
Yeah,
guess Hiten is the maraca that he's got right now. I don't
I
know.
think so. Yeah.
And then he also routed the Abe clan's forces, which included Angels and the Deshi Pacification Squad composed of the Sugawara clan remnants. Imagine reading that and then being like, "That's my goat, man." Like, what a It's like if Tom Brady, like, retired, and they were like, in addition to winning all those Super Bowls, he also won the space match. Oh, you've never heard of the space match? That's when they played
Yeah.
football in space. No, we don't have a recording of it. No, you can't see it. But he did it. Isn't that awesome? Who
This
gives
is
a shit
this
about any
is
of this?
this is the same as when My Hero Academia, like when it realized that it undercooked the fuck out of the racism plotline, just like made up hate crimes.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the hate crime directory.
Yeah,
It pulled out
yeah,
like a phone book of hate crime.
yeah. It just like made up a bunch of hate crimes, and it was like, damn, I can't believe that shit happened.
Isn't that
What happened?
super fucked up that this thing
What
happened, apparently?
what happened during those? Don't worry about it.
And
um,
then, man, I think he really took the fraud Sukuna memes to heart because the past 3 chapters have just been Sukuna killing people while they suck his dick. This whole chapter is Kashima like getting on his knees and opening his mouth. Like what's happening right now?
um,
Imagine I wonder what people who really liked Kashimo are feeling in this moment because he said one cool thing and people have been like, that's the man, that's the goat, he's destined for big things. And then his curse technique is dog shit, and all he did, like his only existence was to throat Sukuna and then die immediately.
dude, yeah. Uh, like if you want me to give a positive, there's probably something you can say or think with like Sakuna's monologue about love, but I'm not really familiar enough with the themes of JJK or I guess with the series itself, to do so. Someone else in the comments can do that shit, I guess. Um, Yuji and Higurama versus Sukuna maybe might make me feel something again. I guess we'll see.
Yeah, I mean the whole point of the speech is basically that he's just saying like, if you want to really be the strongest, you have to live for yourself. Like
Yeah,
you can't want to be so strong that you're above everyone and also expect other people to like understand you and you want to have like
yeah,
friends and connections and stuff because you're trying to have your cake of being like the number one peak guy that's better than everyone, but then also eat it too
yeah,
where you have like happy relationships with people who truly understand what it's like to be you
yeah,
when really nobody else could. So like I get it. It's not like super deep or like, groundbreaking or anything, but I get it. It's fine. I'm just more impressed that they dropped this dude Kashimo and they're like, well, he's holding his curse technique back, and all his curse technique is that he gets like some gloop on him, uh, and then he gets killed immediately. Dude
yeah.
got hit with the volleyball net and is fucking gone.
Look, I have always been someone who believes Kashimo has been fraudulent since the beginning. So this, I don't really care about this at all, to be honest with you. Um, Never cared about Kashimo. Never cared about Hakari. Always thought that fight was probably one of the worst in the series. So, if only this is just vindication.
I have one of my favorite jokes from this chapter though was when the domain expansion breaks and you see Hikari and Oriome falling, and someone's like, he's got no damage because he beamed that gotcha game bullshit into her brain and short circuited her. She has no idea what any of that shit is.
Yeah. Whatever chapter for me personally.
Yeah, it's like the Gojo one felt worse because like obviously
Yeah.
Gojo's a character that matters, not just some random fucking
Yeah.
guy. Um, and also again, it was off screened and this was not. Like I know there were some people saying he got off screened. Also, he didn't. You see him get hit with the fucking fly swatter of doom. Um, and that's that. And then he goes to like, you know, his dying words or whatever. I just think it's really funny to have a character that you create and then you hype the shit out of him only for him to come in and get instantly fucking just backhanded into oblivion. It's gone now. I guess technically he might not be dead. We don't actually see his corpse like we do
Yeah.
Gojo's. He might not be dead. But if he's not dead,
True.
that's really funny.
I did have the thought that we don't see his corpse. Like he doesn't actually like fall this chapter, so he might still be alive. I don't know. Um, really don't give a shit either way. I don't care about Kashimo. I really do think that anyone who cares about Kashimo or Hikari are just industry plants anyway. So
Kashimo
it's
feels like an
whatever.
industry plant on his own. Like
Yeah.
this dude feels like, you ever, I don't know if you keep up with politics at all, but remember that one politician that made an account where he pretended to be a gay black man, and he was like, as a gay black man, Obama did nothing for me, but Trump made me feel great. But he tweeted it
Yeah.
from his regular
Yeah.
account, which is like
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
middle-aged old white guy. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what Kashimo is. Like, Kashimo is just gay on an alt account, talking about how awesome Sukuna actually is. So stop making fun of him on the internet, please.
Yeah.
Oh
I
my
don't know, man.
god, it's
Just
fucking. Oh, it's so funny, dude.
very, very unserious character.
Yeah, like there's no other way to describe it. This is such a joke character. Oh my god, dude. Whatever. I kind of hope, yeah, I hope Higuruma and Yuji do some cool stuff. Yuji finally gets to be in his own series again. Pretty
Hmm.
cool. I hope he gets to do some cool stuff now that he gets to be in the narrative. He's
Hmm.
got little pointy fingies. That's cool. He got little nails. Um,
Yeah, it's cool, I guess.
he's got I don't know. He's gonna do something. He didn't have nails before, and he's got nails now, and that's all I can say on that subject. He might do something with them. Um,
Yeah, I guess we'll see.
yeah, I don't know why Yuta and Maki aren't there because you feel like they would be a better choice than Yuji and the fucking lawyer who learned what Jujutsu was like a week and a half ago. Um,
Yeah, I don't know.
yeah, we'll see, man. As what a setup though, right? Like imagine being Higuruma who's like, "Oh, there's magic," like, 6 days ago, and then now he's fighting like Satan after just watching Magic
Hmm.
Jesus get killed.
Hmm.
I don't know, man. I would not be as calm as he looks right now.
I get it, dude. Let him cook. I don't
Uh,
know.
all right, all right. Next we have what is next? Blue Box.
Let me find my blue box notes. Oh, um, so I think how do I put this? The introduction of new characters and then having her like walk into Taiki, I think it's supposed to be like a minor like, hey, imagine if we did a love triangle again. However, I think the way that it was framed is going to be representative of their relationship going forward, in that it'll just kind of be like a teacher relationship for her, kind of, and it's not really going to fall into that tropey nonsense.
Yeah, I think probably. There's definitely the lingering worry again of like, uh-oh, we're gonna roll back into a love triangle. And I hope it
Yeah,
doesn't. It's kind of like Kill Blue. I feel like we're constantly like on the cusp of the threat of allegations of shit going all to hell.
yeah.
I hope it doesn't because again, I just don't care that much about that.
Hmm.
Um, and it even kind of feels like they poked at it a little bit in
Hmm.
the previous chapter with the chocolates and the little chocolate mix up and her
Hmm.
being like, stop it, like you're being dumb. Um,
Hmm.
and I guess this might be their way of like giving her something to worry about after she was the one who downplayed everything before. But also, I don't know, the chocolate thing felt like such a stupid misunderstanding that like
Yeah,
wouldn't have happened any other way other than just it's a silly anime trope. So I don't know, we'll see.
yeah.
We'll see.
I mean, I'm hoping if she's the one who is like trying to be like, hey, stop jumping to conclusions. I hope that she doesn't jump to conclusions. Now that would be silly.
Well, I mean, it's a thing that real people do, you know.
I know, but I want them to be better.
Yeah,
I
I
I
mean,
can't deal I can't deal with more of that stuff.
yeah, yeah, I mean, I get it. It's just I hope if they do go that way with it, they do it better. They don't like
Yeah.
just kind of keep jumping into the same well. We're kind of there's no evidence that they're gonna do that, so it's not that big of a
Hmm.
fear or anything. But I just really
Hmm.
hope we move beyond like, uh-oh, what if someone else? What if they don't like me as much as this other person? Um, we'll see.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. We'll see. I just
I
hope that it
mean,
doesn't keep like starting to spin its wheels because romance series can tend to do that. Once you get the couple together, you start running out of stuff to do. You know,
yeah.
because the core
Yeah.
of the series was
Amen.
will they, won't they? And now that they have, you're like, shit, I got to do something.
Amen. Kaguya-sama, that's why it's better.
Oh god. Oh god.
Except for
Uh,
that final arc, but we don't talk about that. That's all good.
all right. Next up, is Mamayuyu.
I think the action in this manga is probably my favorite of the new series. Actually, wait, no, I just remembered Martial Master exists. Um, it's good. It's good. I loved the scene where they included that guy on the bench just suddenly in the middle of like the
Oh
conversation.
yeah,
That
where
was
they're
raw
just
as
like
fuck.
talking and he's just right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and they just can't see that was fucking raw. Um, I am initially reluctant to sign off on the new girl whose name I already forget. Um, I am hoping that Mamoyuyu is not going to do some typical anime bullshit with the like live for me stuff. Uh,
Yeah, that was a little
I'm hoping it's going in a cool direction? Question mark.
yeah. We'll see. I liked that he got to do a little fighting and it worked.
Yeah,
That he got to kill the bat thing. I also like the way the bat thing spawned. It was just a cool visual of it like
yeah.
unfurling from the lamppost.
Mm-hmm.
It was cool.
It's a cool series. I'm just skeptical of the direction, I guess. Especially like, well, last chapter we ended with the, oh my god, I'm speaking with a woman. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And then now this, I'll let it cook though.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's also looking at the sales numbers and it sees Nue doing well and it's like, oh shit. I better get some weird
Yeah.
lady action going on. I don't know. I'm hopeful. I think the action is cool. I think the paneling is cool. I think
Hmm.
the world is cool. Yeah, I am always skeptical when I see a
Hmm.
weird romance starting.
Yeah, we'll see. I guess.
Yeah.
When she dies next chapter, it'll be fine probably.
Yeah, please kill her next chapter, actually. I would love that. I don't need her around anymore. She's probably going to be one that trains him, though, which is unfortunate.
Zenrotto advocating for the death of women on the podcast?
I learned from Gege and Horikoshi.
Oh, fair enough, fair
Emulate your idols, you know.
enough. Yeah, of course.
All right, all right. Next, we got Undead Unluck.
Um,
I
them
really
cutting their
love
legs
that
off
last
together.
scene where they
That's
both
Kino.
cut their legs off.
Yes, that's Kino.
So raw, so cool.
Rip not having the entire burden be on himself this loop. Kino, dude.
Yep, I also really like her feeding him his lines.
Yeah, yeah, that was
Super funny.
everyone versus sickness is cool. Um watching this series power system interact is cool. Everything about the series is cool except for the first volume.
Yeah,
Also
I've
I
already
don't
seen people on Twitter being like, "I'm not watching this because of this stupid bullshit,"
fair
and
enough.
everyone having to be like, "Please, please,
I will
just
never
wait."
no I will never if someone gets turned off by the first couple episodes, I will just say understandable.
Yeah, no, I'm the same way. Like, I'll usually say like that does go away, but I totally get it. Like, it sucks. And if you don't want to
Yeah.
deal with it, don't deal with it. Like, it's really all it is.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
blows, and if it's not for you, it ain't for you. Um, you did say
This is
you
not
felt
related.
like it wasn't as offensive as it was in the manga, so maybe they worked around it a little bit. I don't know, but
It's definitely still there. It's just I don't know what it is in particular, but I feel like the way the anime presented it, it's not as egregious. Maybe it's just my head canon because I like the series now. Um, I don't know. I thought it was okay. Uh, the episode itself, outside of the groping, was good.
all right, yeah.
Very good episode.
As long as you can get around the groping, which,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know what to tell. Like, it's hard to defend it because your immediate thought is like, but it goes away. But then you're like, but it's still there in the beginning. Like, you can't. It going away in the future doesn't make the beginning more palatable. So like, even though it complete night and day from the start, like it's got to own that terrible beginning, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. This chapter was rad. The sickness fight was awesome. I really like the visual
Very
of
cool.
like the musical notes behind it.
Hmm.
Was cool. I don't know what he took out of Gina. Was that like her health? I don't know what. I don't really know. Um,
One thing I don't know if I said this when I went over the series when I caught up. One thing that's really cool, Fuko storing unlock and bullets is so fucking raw.
yes, it's such a cool concept.
So cool, dude. Undead is good, and if you are watching this and you haven't read or watched it, well, first of all, I don't know why you're watching this segment, but um, the anime is good, and if just close your eyes during the groping part, and you'll be alright.
Power through. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, then that leaves us with the episode closer, actually, which is
Already?
yeah. Well, there was no MHA this week, and that's 20 minutes of our runtime.
Oh, yes, that's
Yeah.
true. That's
I don't
and
think
you
I.
know
Let
what?
me
We
look
didn't really.
back and see if I missed any. I don't think I. Well, Chainsaw Man we don't have because it's not for the following week.
Yeah. We also we didn't scream about JJK this week either, so that's another 20 minutes shaved off.
Yeah, with the JJK chapter was pretty tame.
Yeah.
So
Get him
yeah,
next
we
week.
got the closer, which is Kagurabachi.
Um, Greatest manga of all time? Question mark.
I thought it was good. I don't know why people keep like saying it's just a meme. I thought it was good, man.
No, someone joined my Discord the other day and was like, "Wait, is Kagurabachi actually good?" And I was like, "It's fine. It's really fine."
Yeah, it's I don't get the like this is an obvious joke meme and
Mhm.
I can't wait for it to die and it's like I don't think it's gonna, man. I think it might be cooking a little
It's
bit.
it's literally all right.
Yeah, it's fine. For
um,
that's not the highest praise ever, and I'm not actually saying it's like super amazing. Like it's fine,
yeah,
but for a new series to be fine or better in 4 chapters is kind of a big deal.
yeah. Um, the art in this manga is cool. I like it sometimes.
It is cool. This chapter felt a little worse than the other ones. Um,
Sure, I
and
can
I
see
saw
that.
something on Twitter that there was some notice that like his assistant was sick or something, and people are worried that it might actually be him because some of the art in this chapter was worse than the previous chapters.
Uh-oh.
Um, maybe I don't know.
I
It's
don't
still really
think
good.
I don't. Maybe some weekly Shonen Jump expert can correct me. I don't think I've ever heard of and notice of an assistant being sick in my entire life. But
Me
yeah,
either. But someone was like, that worries me that the notice about his assistant was actually about him and they're just, covering it
yeah,
up. But also, why would they just cover it up? They would just say that he's sick because they do that. They did it with the Ruri Dragon person.
yeah,
So I don't know. But I really like his sword. I really like that it's goldfish themed because it's not a traditionally cool thing.
yeah. So, if you go back to chapter one, actually, I did this after I read the chapter, and you look at the goldfish in the tank that his father has. There are three of them. And there's red, which is one of his defensive abilities, I think. And red is supposed to attract good fortune.
Yeah, red is
Which
the
is
ability that he busted
yeah,
out this time.
a bit more than what was described, but whatever. Black wards off evil, and as we know, is his primary slashing or offensive attack.
Hmm.
So that means that there's one power left, probably with this sword, which will probably be kept under wraps, and it's tricolored.
Oh, is that the
Which
last fish
obviously, yeah,
color? It's all of them.
yeah. Unfortunately, the manga is in black and white, so I don't know what the colors of the fish are.
Yeah, that's fair. Um, that's cool. And I know that like there's all that Japanese symbolism of like the goldfish turns into a
Mhm,
dragon, right? Like that's the whole thing.
mhm,
Um, it's like the what do you call it? The myth that they used for like Magikarp into Gyarados is like the goldfish that becomes a
mhm.
dragon. So I assume that's why it's goldfish themed, is he's like it's meant to symbolize that he's like got power that's going to become stronger and such in the future.
I was unaware of that. That's interesting.
Yeah, it's like it hopped over a mountain. Like okay, so this I'm gonna get way off topic nerdy here, but you ever play the original Pokemon Snap?
Pokemon Snap? I think
Yeah,
so.
the where
That's
you
really old, right?
it's N64 game where you take pictures of them
Yes,
instead of catching them.
yes. I that is one of the only Pokemon games I played.
So in the canyon level, the way you get a picture of a Gyarados is to knock a Magikarp up a waterfall, right?
Hmm.
That's the Japanese myth thing. Is that like the goldfish hopped up the waterfall and became a dragon on the other side or something like that.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, and so like I assume that's the symbolism behind the goldfish powers. Um, I kind of like the little girl. She doesn't annoy me yet.
No, yeah, she's fine.
Usually little sidekicks tend to get on my nerves, but she's not really annoying me. Um, I kind of like. Okay, so the guy says his sidekick person says that the girl uh passed out or whatever.
Hmm.
Um, do you think that was actually like a reveal of his abilities?
I'm not sure.
Because he
I
grabs
mean,
the little girl, and then the very next panel, they're in the car, and she's like, "What
so
happened?" He's like, "Oh, you blacked out." But then he checks to see if she feels sick. So I think he might be like a teleporter.
no, yeah, yeah, he's definitely a teleporter. I'm imagining that the act of teleportation in itself is probably um ReZero has a similar mechanic where somebody can teleport and like it's like nauseating because I'm assuming it just
Well,
doesn't
yeah, that's
cooperate
kind
with
of
your
like a
brain.
trope for teleportation
Yeah,
in
yeah,
just in
yeah.
fiction is like when you teleport you get sick. And I'm sure we're gonna look like an idiot theorizing about this if he's done it in a past chapter, but I don't recall him ever using his abilities up to this point.
I believe he used it once, yeah. I don't remember exactly the chapter. Unfortunately, I'm not much of a Kagurabachi head like that, but
Yeah, I can't say I've been hyping the details of Kagurabachi too hard, but I
I
recall him just standing
swear
around and sassing.
I swear to God he's used it once.
Hang on, I'm flicking back.
Um, it might have been chapter 2 or something. I think it was when like that guy got back up or whatever, the fucking funny silly monster. Let me see. Yeah, so he grabs the guy on chapter 2, page 7. He says, "You're not gonna die." And then he puts up like a hand sign, and then he's outside.
Okay. Yeah,
Maybe I am a Kagurabachi head after all.
perhaps you are. Yeah.
Maybe I am him.
Oh yeah, I guess he did. And it even gives him a little shimmer on his fingers there, so he must
Yeah,
absolutely be a teleporter. I guess I just
yeah,
assumed they ran because of the posture that they're in, and he looks like because it looks like he threw the guy on the ground, like he didn't
yeah,
just land him
yeah.
there.
Imagine my ultimate power is I'm gonna fucking toss you.
Yeah. Uh, but yeah, okay. So I don't know why they're being coy about it, and then he goes back inside later, but he just walks in, so that's probably why I didn't
Yeah,
parse that he was
fair
doing
enough,
that.
fair enough.
But yeah, he totally is doing that. So that's cool. I hope that he gets to like fight. He kind of seems like he's just a support guy. Um, but I would like to see someone fight other
Dude,
than Chihiro because I think
he's
there's
gonna
only so much you can do with.
his first fight is gonna pop off when like he's teleporting around somebody and just beating the shit out of them.
I like teleporter fights. Teleporter fights are
Yeah,
fucking cool. It's like Toto's thing, the clap. That shit's
yeah,
always
yeah.
cool. It's always
Toto
cool when
was
they do it.
badass. It's true.
I also want to know what red does. It looks like it redirected the attack back at the guy.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really pay much attention. Let me
Well,
look.
he
Let me
just says
look.
red, and then the guy goes my move, and then he blows up instead of the main guy. So it looks like it
Um,
might just reverse attacks or something.
Let me see. Where does he first use red?
Page 16 of this chapter.
Red invincible. Okay, so he jumps up because he dodges an attack, and the guy jumps behind Chihiro, wraps him in something.
And he's
He
got one of
wraps
his
him
little
in
bombs in his hands.
yes, and then he points his sword backwards at his chest and then says red, and then he blows up. Does he?
I assume that, yeah, he must have done something that reversed the bomb. Because the guy was like, wait, my move's fucking
It
up.
it it almost looks like
And then when he falls to the ground on page 17, he's like on
it
fire because the explosion hit
it
him.
it absorbs and seizes ownership. So like, did he like not like copy it, but did he literally take his power? Because like
And like
you'll see
reuse it.
you'll
Yeah,
see it says the power of red isn't just for defense; it absorbs and seizes ownership, and then we get a little panel of the bomb blowing up, and then Chihiro is like outside. So did he forcefully detonate it himself?
oh, he like completely like he didn't just reverse the one attack, but he actually
Yeah,
took over the technique. That's kind of cool if that's what
I,
the defensive ability is.
I could completely be misinterpreting it. It's a little unclear, maybe.
Because you're right, we do get that extra panel of the because my
Hmm.
immediate thought is just like, oh, he's dying, so he like lost his power or whatever. Like he
Yeah,
lost control of the bomb, so that's why it exploded. But it totally could be that Chihiro is took over and detonated that guy's bomb on him.
because I mean, yeah, the wording is specifically seizes ownership.
Hmm.
So like, he could have like literally just taken the bomb for himself,
That's
which is
fucking
interesting.
cool. That's I like that a lot if that's how
If
that
if
works.
if I'm correct.
Kind of cooking. Kagurabachi kind of cooking with gas right now. That's all I'm saying, man.
If that is the power, that is very cool. I cannot deny
Yeah, man, that's kind of sick. I don't know what to say. Like if his power is that he
it.
can just reverse stuff like that and like not necessarily copy the technique, but like seize aspects of it for himself. That's fucking
Yeah.
sick. Because it's not like he's all of a sudden using the bomb power, right? It's just like he,
Mhm.
I guess, seized ownership, air quotes, of the
Cause like,
bomb.
yeah, because like again, the way it looks is on page 17. you'll see he's like manipulating it in like the funny guy, whatever the fuck he is like he has it in his hands. It's like that's
Yeah.
his bomb, and then it blows up.
Well, and it's interesting because the way that it's framed, this might just be because he's falling, but also the way that it's framed is like it's slipping out of his hands.
Yeah,
Like he's trying to grab it, and then
that's
as
yeah
it
yeah
floats
yeah.
out of his hands, it explodes.
That's a
Um,
good way to look at it. Yeah.
that's fucking cool if that's the case. I don't know what to
The
say.
first
The meathead in me is happy.
the first comment I'm gonna see is you fucking
You
imbeciles, you
fucking idiot.
stupid bitches, dude.
Yeah. I
If
mean, I'm
you read
already
the
gonna get that for the
Kagurabachi,
teleporter guy for forgetting that he teleported once before. So.
if you read the Kagurabachi data book, you would have known.
If you knew about the Buddhist myth behind the red, I was supposed to say
Mhm.
jellyfish, the red goldfish, then you would know. Oh man, but I don't know, man. I might be getting won
Kagurabachi
over
is
by
fun,
Kagurabachi, dude.
all because of red.
Well, no, I mean I liked it already, but now red
Okay.
is a thing too, and I'm like, damn, man, this is kind of sick. Like, I might be in here. Like the black power is just a slash, right? It's just Getsuga Tensho basically.
So
Um,
far, yeah, maybe there'll be some cool gimmick with that later.
Well, because there's some other like dialogue they give to that too, like it's something like
Mhm.
rejects evil or destroys evil or something,
Yeah.
um, which up to now is just a fucking been a sword slash. But I don't know, man.
Mhm.
I'm feeling it. The art's cool. The combat's good. I saw
The
people
one
making fun of the spread on page 12 because his pants stretch out like that, but that's just what pants look like.
that's yeah, he's got big pants.
He's
he's
got pants
he's
that
got
have
pants
crotch
that
room.
allow him to stretch.
Yeah, he doesn't have skin tight leather pants on. He has pants that have he's wearing slacks basically. That's just what
Skin
pants
tight
look like.
pants would actually make fighting harder.
Yeah, because you would not have any like fucking movement in your legs.
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
Because
it's just
actually, apparently this might be a hot take. That page is cool as fuck, actually.
yeah with the big old goldfish. Yeah, it's pretty sick.
Yeah. The one complaint I see about the manga pretty regularly is that everyone is always drawn with their mouths open.
Yeah, I guess I could see that. I mean, they're also talking a lot.
I don't really care about it personally. I can see it being like funny, but I don't really care that much.
I mean, he's on page 17 right there with his mouth closed. They just talk a lot.
Huge.
You gotta
Yeah.
have your mouth open if you're talking, I guess.
Yeah, maybe they're yapping too much.
Flapping them gums a little too hard for Twitter's liking. Thank you very much.
Yeah. I like the series though, it's fun.
Yeah, I'm a fan. I'm a fan. I would like to see it not die. Um, some
We're the
Twitter account has
only
been saying that it's doing well, and I don't know how they could possibly know that because it's 4 chapters in. So I don't know that. I think they're probably just saying that based on like Twitter dialogue, which is
yeah.
mostly like hard to parse because of all the memes and stuff.
Hey,
Um,
hey, hey. Kagurabachi on Manga Plus is number 3 right now.
that's crazy. Number
It's
three
above
behind what?
Chainsaw Man. It's above Chainsaw Man. It is only 50,000 hits behind JJK and One Piece.
Oh,
Oh,
One Piece. I was trying to think what the
it's
other
a
one was. I don't know how I forgot One Piece. I was like, what?
it
JJK's
is a
one. What the
hundred
fuck's the other one?
it is 100,000 behind One Piece.
Damn, dude, what the fuck? We might be cooking. I might be switching over to Kagurabachi Hive now that
Yo,
JJK
dude,
sucks.
throw on the Chihiro PFP on Twitter, bro.
Hell yeah, buddy. Let's switch my fucking. Actually, I
make
might actually just make my entire profile goldfish.
dude, make your Twitter banner the fucking goldfish spread.
No, I'm gonna make it an actual goldfish.
Oh,
Just a
flames.
living fucking photograph of a goldfish. That's my plan from now on. We're going full goldfish mode. Ah,
I mean, yeah,
Jesus.
man. It's possible we live in a world where you and I are the only two non-paid Kagurabachi fans, but you know what? I'm fine. I'm fine with
Imagine what world that would like. We're the
it.
only two people in the world who are not in on it, who are not
Yeah,
getting a cut of the paid actor for
I think
Kagurabachi.
I think it's cool, man.
I like it. Yeah, it's neat. And that's more interest than I've had for most stuff lately. I think it's just neat.
Yeah. All right, are we done glazing
I think
Kagurabachi?
so. We're done Kashimoing Kagurabachi right now.
Okay, okay.
So I think that we're good
Hey,
for this
hey,
week.
if fucking Chihiro ever drops a line that's some fucking funeral of the living shit, then you guys aren't allowed over here, okay? It's not genuine.
Stay on that side.
Stay on that side. Yeah, that's what it was.
Oh man, I haven't really been reading too much of the discourse. I've just been memeing on it and people getting mad at me.
Hmm.
Um, I don't know why. It's because it's just obviously memes. But people are getting real pissed off, and so I assume that JJK is reaching that MHA level of like, obviously
Hmm.
it's good because I like it, and if you don't like it, you bastard kind of thing that MHA's been
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
for a while. Um, but I don't know. I've just been kind of not paying attention.
I will say one thing again about JJK is Ninjaistic Ninja. I don't know if you watch this. Okay, you're a cool guy, but I'll never forgive you for what you did for Hikari PR and Kashima PR. Thank you, thank you for telling me about Freerin though. But the rest I can't forgive you for.
For what you've done for boosting
Every
Kashimo
every
stocks.
every time I see that goddamn Hikari dancing gif, I go, that's a really well done gif, Ninjaistic. But I'll never forgive you. They're
Yeah,
all
that GIF
their
is
entire
amazing, but
as two characters, their entire standing is generated purely by one line in a fight and a GIF that somebody made that's not even like official.
oh my god, dude, I'm gonna die. Uh, all right, all right. That's I think what we've got for this week's episode.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll catch you in the next one.